Hello everyone. I'm here with Kate today, just because throughout this week, and we've been talking about, yes, starting afresh for 2022, in our feeling tone, especially emotionally. And I cannot think of someone better to speak to than this young lady who really leapt into this work and has absolutely thrived in my view, but I would like you to hear it from her, because I can talk all day long about clients and what they've achieved and how it was for them. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, you know what, I would really like to do this, you might even just have a skerrick of a feeling that, oh, that would be really good, but you're afraid. Kate is so real, and I would love you to hear how it was for her and how it is for her. So thank you, Kate, for joining us.
You're welcome. Nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. And I guess I would like you to just really express to those watching the journey to some extent, not so much the detail, but really what went on for you as we met, as you started to come into contact with, okay, what I do, what was your thought process, and what really helped you get over the line. So let's start there. What was going on for you? Not necessarily the detail, but the thought and feeling around the time that we met.
For me, I was in a very stuck sort of position, relationship-wise, and felt very stuck. I met Di through network of people, and I think from my I think honestly I liked Di's energy. Like we met up for lunch, and I actually had no idea what she was offering me. Quite honestly, I had no idea what I was being offered, but I just felt a really great energy from Di, and I leapt on board, and with all faith, quite honestly, with all thoughts and feelings that this was going to really help me to move forward. That was 2 years ago. I have grown.
Had you done anything else in that time when we met, Kate? Had you done
No,
some other things?
No, I hadn't done anything of this respect at all. I guess something whether it's relevant or not, is counselling, that type of thing, seeing somebody on a one-on-one basis or in a couple relationship, that sort of counselling. And just, nothing seemed to feel real. It all just seemed like, we're done in this session and walk away. So this was the first sort of experience with this type of material and group sort of scenario.
Yes. Tell us about that when you jumped on the group calls, because for those watching, we have 3 group calls a week that you can jump on. You've got a choice, and there's a community of people on each call, all studying the same information. How did you find those, Kate?
I always find them really great. I find the information that you provide, Di, and go through with us is always actually feels very timely. Every time we go through something, it feels very timely for me. But the information is very inspiring. The group that we have, and I've probably been on all 3 of them, if not at least 2 of them, different intervals, are just so supportive. They're wonderful people, and I think a lot of them I've only met through Zoom, but a lot of them we've actually done physical contact, get-togethers and etc. And I feel like it's a wonderful community. It really is so lovely. I have had very much my ups and downs, and I'm a very emotional person, so they've all seen me up and they've seen me down, quite a bit of down. And they've all been on board. I've literally had support from these guys who, 2 years ago, I didn't know them from a bar of soap. So, the community is wonderful. They really are.
Yes, and you're certainly a valued member of that, that's for sure. Like you said, we all have our emotional times.
Yes.
So when you began then, and of course we have availability for one-on-one with me as well, and so I've caught up with you one-on-one on a phone call from time to time. When you first started, what was the first thing you noticed about any changes, or what was the first thing that you noticed? Do you remember?
Within myself, or
Mm.
I think for me it was, I think it was definitely my confidence within myself, which I'm still working on, and quite happily doing so. But yeah, I think straight to start with, it was an awareness of the fact that I wasn't as confident as perhaps I thought I was, and that was actually what was causing a lot of my life issues. Not life issues,
Yes.
but yeah, my
Holding
personal
you back
issues.
a bit, yeah.
Holding me back, limitations, all that sort of stuff. So I think that was the main part that I recognised and felt a change in, was that being aware of who I am and where that sent me, where I don't want to go and where I can go. So I guess highlighting limitations, highlighting expectations, and highlighting goals, dreams, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Your capacity. Yeah, very,
and
very
setting
good.
a goal too, and setting a dream. I just don't think, I think I've had goals before. I think I literally just sort of had little goals of, hey, by the end of this month, I want to have, paid that bill for, like just really uninspiring sort of goals. So I think that's the other thing that I really noticed, was being able to put my energy and my faith in a desire, like something I really want to go for, and believing I'm going to get it. So
yes, and understanding how you get it right.
Yeah.
So good. What would you say has been one of the best outcomes? Like you said, and quite honestly, you've been up and down, and it is a journey, which is why we work together for the time that we do. What was one of the very first most exciting things that you just thought, wow, this works? And I think we all have those epiphanies where we think, oh my goodness, this works.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, look, there's so many, I can't even put my finger on them. I'll tell you one that's actually very recent, which is quite exciting as it sort of unravels. Without going into too much detail, I'm looking to gain my dream house, basically, and I've just been doing all my work, all my study, putting it out to the universe. And I had a colleague of mine only contact me at the beginning of this week to say, hey, you don't know anybody that cuts grass, do you? I said, yes, actually I do. Why is that? And he said, oh, my parents have just moved out of their house, which is in the area exactly where I want to buy. They're getting elderly and they can't look after the place anymore. So I'm looking to start renting it out at this stage, and then possibly to sell at another stage. And it's exactly in the area that I want. It's everything that I'm looking for. And I just put it out to him and just said, hey, just keep me in mind, especially for the rental to start with, if I can, because that will help him out, it's helping me out. And so far it's just unraveling that way. So, and that has been on my goal list and statement for the last probably 18 months. And it just sort of just landed in my lap. We'll see. Yeah, watch this space.
Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. And like you said, there's so many, isn't there? Little things, big things.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's the key, is acknowledging the little things too, because I think we do, I'm very guilty of it anyway, is acknowledging those big things. Like, this is a big part of a goal, but the progressive sort of achievements within that are really, really huge.
Yes. I love that, because, there's that quote from Earl Nightingale saying that the success is that progressive realization of our worthy ideal. And you have been a model student in regard to that. Like, you have done the work, And yes, you've had ups and downs, but the graphic looks like this. Like you have literally, turned your world around
Absolutely.
single-handedly,
Without a doubt.
which is
Without
wonderful.
a doubt.
So, what would you want to say to people? Think about, Kate, when you were back where you were, when we met at that business dinner. We didn't really know much about each other, but we knew we wanted to just catch up and chat. You knew what was going on in your life. What would you like to say to people who might be in a similar position, or just feeling like, you know what, the life has gone out of my life, and I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I know I don't want to just stay where I am. Is there anything you'd like to say to them or encourage them with?
Yeah, look, I think a lot of us, and I think the right word is settle. I think a lot of us do get to a point in our lives where what we have is what we think is all we're worth, or we're at a point that doesn't need to be. Perhaps it's a deserve, or that there's nothing more to strive for. That you're living in a house, or you're married, you've got kids, and all the rest of it, and you're sort of doing your thing. I think, settled is a really good word, and I think. Probably quoting you here, Di, is I love that I'm now looking for the joy in life again. Like, I'm actually looking for things that really make me happy from the inside, that make me feel like, like I'm smiling for the sake of, for being happy, not just because, of whatever. So I think for those people that are perhaps feeling like maybe stuck's the right word, or settled, or just there's nothing, you're getting up every morning and you're just doing your thing. I think this
same old.
Yeah, same old. I think it's important to think in a different way. And that's what this is all about, is thinking in a different way, getting a different perspective on where you currently are and where you would like to go. And I think the key is where you want to go. Because that's where it's at. We can either settle, or we just sit and watch it all go by. So I think, for people who are looking to do something different in their life and looking for something to drive them towards something new, something more, something
would you say more inspired? Like they just become more inspired?
Absolutely. More inspired by life itself, whether it's your job, your relationship, your family, your household, whatever, your day-to-day getting up in the morning. I just think look for some inspiration and joy in life, and that's where I think this is sort of takes you to look within yourself to find out what that is.
Let's talk just briefly about the money, because most people, I know I was the same when I started down this road, and I, as for all of you that know, Bob Proctor was my mentor, is my mentor. I spent a lot of money doing that, and I was in a position where it was like, whatever, if this kills me, it kills me, but I need to do something. Maybe desperation is a good word. It was a lot of money for me, and I continue to invest in myself in that way. However, how was it for you, Kate? And honestly, how you feel about having spent what you did?
I was only just telling Di before. I didn't even think about it, because I was a lot like what Di just said. I was in a desperate state. I was looking for something that would feel like it was pulling me out of the very deep well that I felt that I was at the bottom of. So honestly, money wasn't a thing for me at that stage. If I got asked right now, 2 years down the track, whether I would reinvest, 100% I would. I've also done other courses throughout this 2 years, which has been another investment for me, and given another level of material and learning. So I think
within our community you have, haven't you?
Absolutely. Within working with Di in different forms, and for me, I guess from regardless of what you're looking for, I think it's an investment in better quality of life. I've gained a hell of a lot for the growth of my business, and I would 100% reinvest at any time given. Wouldn't even think about it. So.
And I think the clarity around that, because people might say, well, how does it work to get your business right, your relationships, how does it cover all of that? And I think, would you agree, and what's your comment around the fact that it's really about you? It's about us when we study this information. It's not about how to increase your business per se. Your business does increase because you start to learn your own capacity. And when you understand, oh my goodness, you're sitting on an absolute gold mine in who you are, then it becomes exciting.
I think the first thing that comes to mind here is this is not a quick fix. This is not something you give the money and you get a result within, it's not like a receipt comes over and it's like, oh, got it, great, done, I walk away. And that's the investment. And I think that is, what was I going to say? Yeah, it does take time. It takes your own time and investment. It is by far not hard. We're not talking brain surgery sort of stuff here, rocket science. It is literally just spending time, and that is the commitment. That's as hard as it gets. So I think, if that's as hard as it gets, then it's it's pretty easy, really.
It is.
And I think I think once you get that desire and you start seeing different changes and within you, it's all within yourself. It's got nothing to do with anything that anybody can give you, really. It's just about being aware of who you are and what's going on inside yourself. What's holding you back? What's your limitations? What are you really good at? What do you really want? All those sorts of things that we probably fail to ask ourselves because we just settle. That's what it is. It's as long as you like delving into yourself and finding out the good and the bad. There's polar opposites of everything. So there's good and there's bad. So
Kate,
it's great.
I often say to people, our point of difference here in Die Live in this community, and for me as a coach, because there is a bucket load of coaches out there, like numerous people you could go to, we pride ourselves on the fact that we do follow up with people. We are there for people. We care about your transformation. Have you experienced that?
Oh, without a doubt, 100% from that point of view. As I say, I've been quite emotional throughout the whole transition and my progress and etc. And the support that I've felt is awesome. Di, I feel like you've always had my back. You're cool when that I need to have a phone call. And just the community, like it just without, most of us don't speak about what our actual goals are because it's not about that. It's not about what your desire is as such. It's not the material or the goal. It's about the supporting and the community and people understanding, what areas we're all working on. So
good, isn't it?
It is. And I've continuously felt support.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's really good.
So for those of you, and I just want to thank you, Kate, because it's not easy to get on and talk about something that's not easy to talk about in a sense. It's not like, I bought a red balloon and this is what it is. It's like, like you said, it's quite woo-woo, as my mother would have said. It's her birthday today. So if you're watching this and you've got questions, you can type them in the comments below. And Kate is a part of our community here on the Prosperity Project as well. And so even just tag her in them. But we will keep an eye on the comments below this. And if you've got a question or you want to get in touch with Kate, then do feel free to do that because we're very transparent here. That is something we do pride ourselves on. So, there's no mirrors, smoke and mirrors here.
No.
You know, where we exist to help you get where you want to go, and Kate is a fantastic example of that. And as she said, it's not like I posted her the answer. She has done the work. However, she's had people and me walking with her every step of the way, and yeah, her results are undeniably amazing. So, and like you said, watch this space. Yes.
And continuing.
So yeah, so thank you so much, Kate. I really appreciate you jumping on. And
You're very welcome.
yeah, we look forward to hearing more.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.